I'm, hello, everyone. Excuse my voice and the technical difficulties that's Abby. I'll let her know that I'm on, that I had this morning. So welcome. This is the Chakra 3-day Chakra Manipura lustrous gem at the navel center of the body. Last time, so much of my knowledge of the chakra system comes from Miss Anadea Judith. This is her Wheels of Life book, which is really seminal in the whole chakra game. Excuse me. And so I've been reading on this. We've also explored chakra yoga, her other book that I love so much. So we've talked about chakra 1, stability, survival, that instinct. Chakra 2 is the pleasure instinct, the instinct towards pleasure, procreation, sexuality, emotion, sentience in terms of sensation. And those are wonderful things, right? We've got earth manifestation, with chakra 1, and water, the feeling, the movement through polarities of chakra 2. Those are pretty passive, right? We could have those all day and we would make mud, right? Water and earth. It's when we move up towards the will center where you get the fire, right? That's the element there, is fire. I'm always reminded that even when we practice hatha yoga, if you've practiced it, hatha can mean a lot of different things, as so many Sanskrit terms do. Sun and moon. It's a physical form of yoga, but it also, I had one teacher tell me it means to strike. And so onto your mat, that placement and of your feet, and you're bringing, you're bringing energy down the central channel and up from the earth, and it's moving in different directions. And I like to think of it as striking a match, right? You're building that fire from within and refining it so that it is your will, and hopefully also the divine will. It is individual and goes beyond the individual. So the lustrous gem, it's just a beauty. Let me show you the picture. She's got a line drawing of it here. That guy, he's got 10 petals and a triangle, downward pointing triangle. So it governs, it really governs power, individual power, autonomy, will, energy, metabolism. If you think of your belly button, all of the viscera around there are all about helping you metabolize not just your food, but sensations and information. How sometimes when you get information overload, it's like you need some time to process it, right? To metabolize it, to let it get into your system, your whole system, not just your head system. And fire is a transformative element, right? It turns matter into heat and light. So, and this is where, when we work with navel, navel yoga, or we're going to work with the bija mantra for it, which is rum. I find very interesting because if you look at the spelling, it's like ram, like you don't want to ram, you want to rum. But it does really help you transform what is passive into something that is active and meet goals, life goals. This is where life goals helps or happens, the beginning of it. It's also the seat of self-esteem and self-respect, because if, if you're just existing in chakras 1 and 2, you're missing quite a bit of the human existence picture, right? Maybe it's a passive, you're surviving, you have some pleasures that you're enjoying, you're feeling your emotions, but it is kind of the path of least resistance, right? And it's the fire that really gets you up, because it is uplifting in many respects, and gets you going on to your purpose, your goals, etc. And so a lot of exercises in this area will activate. You will really feel an activation. And we're also moving up really, to the core of the body, and the core work is so important. And my theory is it's because it's energetically around the will center, also the digestion, so you've digested your food, you're not heavy, right? You've transformed the food into doggy, into moved energy at the core of your body, so it can move up and down and out. So it's an important, very très important one. The will center, though, if it's perhaps too developed, if it's overdeveloped, right, then you're going to get into, rigidity. What does she say? The function is for willpower and assertiveness, all good parts of self-esteem, when expressed in a healthy manner. If they're not, then we're turning towards sort of the authoritarianism, rigidity, my way or the highway kind of thinking. And no, 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 no. The inner state, again, we work this area to get that sense of vitality, that active versus passive. So we're up and out and doing our life's work, living our life, moving towards goals. If the glands, it kind of governs, or the pancreas and the adrenals, interestingly enough. Also digestive system and the muscles. I think it's interesting. It's also the muscles, but if you think about it, like when you first start working out or doing something, it can be kind of hard to get it going. But once you engage that core, once you get the blood moving, then the muscles come online. But for muscles to be fed, digestion of nutrients, of food, has to have occurred. So I love that. The color is yellow and the vowel sound is ah. So we can clear that area. Maybe it's stagnant. We clear that area with ah, and then we stimulate it with rum. And it's a beautiful thing. The planets here, which make a lot of sense, are Mars, that action planet, right? And the sun. The color here is yellow, like the sun. So the corresponding verb here for it is I can, which I love that. For chakra 1, it's I am. For chakra 2, it's I feel. And this is I can, where you see the will coming in. The animals are a ram. The sense is sight, which I find so interesting. As I've gotten older, my sight has diminished a bit in terms of my eyes. My third eyesight has not, but my eyesight has. And I've done just some experiments where I'll do breath of fire, which we're going to do on Thursday, in addition to the bija mantras. Breath of fire is you definitely work the navel center. So I'll do that, and my eyesight is improved. It's not 20/20 by any means, but whereas, I can't even maybe read a page without my glasses, I am able to after doing this work magically. So it's not sustained, but it is interesting, so I like that very, very much. She's just got some beautiful things in here. The Hindu deities, Agni is fire. So, digestive fire. Surya is, Surya Namaskar. Surya is the sun. Rudra and Lakini. Other pantheons are, Apollo. Apollo is a will guy in Greek. Ra, Egyptian. The archangel is Michael, and the chief operating force is combustion. Oh, it's beautiful. And really, since everything is about energy, right? Their own body, in their own being. So, what would Jesus usually a call to? How can I embody compassion